Hey guys, it's me, Scorch, and in this video, I just want to say, go watch Star Wars Visions, cause it's fucking great. Except for episode 2. Episode 2 sucks, but we'll talk about that later. Now, I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan and have been since I was like 5. I'm also a big anime fan, so when I heard Star Wars anime was gonna be a thing, and I saw the trailer, I was like, oh shit, this looks cool as fuck. Now, for anybody curious, Star Wars Visions is not canon, meaning it's self-contained in its own universe, as in it doesn't follow a majority of the rules set by the movies, kind of like fan fiction. Now there are some episodes in here that deserve their own series, they really do. I'm gonna be honest, when I first watched these episodes, except episode 2, I got really emotional to see Star Wars become what it is now, and it makes me honestly super happy. I just wish they wouldn't ruin it. But anyway, on to the list. Episode 1, The Duel, is the first one on this list and the first episode out of all of them. The Duel is that episode that by the end leaves you wanting more. It leaves you asking questions like, who is this man? Why are we here? What's going on? Why is he collecting kyber crystals? Honestly, this feels like another Mandalorian with a more samurai/western take on it. All I know is, I want more. Now I do want to say that both dubbed and sub versions of the episode are great, and honestly the whole series is great, whether dubbed or English. And for some reason this episode really reminds me of the anime Afro Samurai. Good anime, go watch it. Now I personally hope that this does get greenlit for its own series because it definitely deserves it. I would love to see more of this character and this story, honestly. Now on to the second episode, which is honestly a pretty cool little episode that needs to be watched subbed first, then in dub. And I say that because the whole story is about a Jedi Padawan who joins a band to escape the Jedi Purge. P.S. The art style for this episode, really enjoyable. There's no way to really describe it, but seeing how Boba Fett looks funny is great. Now while the music is alright and sounds pretty cool, it sounds a whole lot better in its original language. Does this story need to be its own series? I don't know, but I would definitely think they should make a short or a follow-up episode on what happened to them after Jabba the Hutt dies. Other than that, I'd personally give it a 7 out of 10. Great episode. Now onto what I believe to be the saddest episode, or the worst episode, on Visions, and that is the twins. This is by far the most and worst episode I've ever seen. And I say this because it's jam-packed with Easter eggs, dumb logic, and physics. The whole premise is two siblings having their own armor and own ship. Honestly, I'll just let the video explain because it's too hard to explain.
例の超兵器、ついに完成したか。
はい。中央ブロックにある動力源から高純度のエネルギーを引き出し、アム様と彼様がお召しになっているダークアーマーへ収束させることで、ダークサイドの力と融合し、さらに増幅され、生成されたダークエネルギーを四方から発射することで、我々に歯向かう惑星や星系の一つや二つ、容易に破壊する威力を備えており、
Basically, a portable Death Star that only works if both of them are there. It hurts my brain to think about it. Not only that, the droid in this episode is named R-Duo and looks very similar to R2-D2. Honestly, this episode doesn't deserve its own series, and is just a bad episode in general. Also, am I the only one that sees a problem here with this photo? Since when do droids breathe? I feel like this is just something that someone made quickly without any real thought to it, and it's kinda sad. Honestly can't talk about this episode anymore. It's just very bad. It's just hardcore fan service to a degree. But I will say that the art style is very good, animation's great, but again, thinking logically, it just hurts to think about. Now, moving on to something a lot more grounded and a change of pace, and that is episode 4, The Village Bride. This episode is very well made. The main character is great, their companion looks like a castle crasher, and the story just leaves you wanting more. You sit there wondering what happened to her and to her master. How'd they get there? How do these two know each other, and it feels like you've honestly been thrown into an episode mid-season. I think the best part of this episode is seeing the droids make a small appearance and seeing the clone fighter. I honestly want more of this one because I feel there's so much mystery surrounding this character, and there could be a lot of growth for this character. I also want to mention that the lightsaber looks cool as fuck. Now, on to episode 5, and holy shit, this one needs its own series right away. There are no words to describe this episode. All I do know is that the robot is fucking cool. Secondly, I have so many questions that need to be answered about this. Like, what happened to her dad? What's going on? Who is this mysterious dude that wants to rebuild the Jedi? And why does he feel like he'll betray everybody? Secondly, can we just say these stories create female characters that people actually enjoyed in 20 minutes compared to the sequel movies that feature Rey? Anyway, if that says anything, it's that people should take notes. This episode was just amazing. There was also what I would call an Easter egg or a callback to episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where they're on speeders in the movie, which is pretty cool to see. Now on to episode 6, Toby, or TOB1. And honestly, this is just a well-written kids show, to be honest, and I think this little guy deserves his own miniature series. Filled with 12-minute episodes, maybe 20 minutes, I don't know, whatever seems appropriate. Where he goes around trying to continue his master's work. I think it'd be cool to see him try bringing life to a planet like Tatooine, only to fail and perhaps meet Obi-Wan and learn more about becoming a Jedi. I think it'd personally be cool to see. Now, episode 7. This one was a cool episode to see. First, I'd like to say I'm super happy someone had the idea to do this in a fighting scene. Makes me very happy, really does. Also, this episode gives a somewhat Cowboy Bebop vibe, which if this episode got its own series, I think we'd see a lot of that style, with the cool and calm master and his eager adventure-seeking Padawan. Honestly, I think it'd be good to watch. Also, the Sith lightsabers, now that's pretty cool. Now, for what I consider to be the best episode from Visions, episode 8. Like, holy shit, I genuinely believe that this is the best episode out of all of them. The art style is just amazing, and the story is amazing. It really just tugs at your heart. Well, at least it did for me. This episode focuses on family being torn apart by the Empire because they both want what's good for their family. One is with the help from the Empire, while the other doesn't want help from the Empire. And I'm not gonna lie, this got me emotional. And to think, out of all the episodes, this one gets the meaning, or one of the meanings, of Star Wars, which is family, right? Like, the 6 movies were about the Skywalker family, and this episode does that just as well. If any of these episodes deserve to get made into a series, it's definitely this one. It's just really the best out of all of them, personally. I enjoyed it. Go watch it. If you're gonna watch any of them, watch this one. Now, moving on to episode 9. Episode 9 is one of those episodes that ends on a dark note, but makes you wanting more. You end up at first being like, what the fuck is going on, to, oh shit, this is some dark shit. By the end of it, you want more answers. You do end up feeling sorry for the dude, and honestly, thinking about it now, the story is a version of Anakin where he doesn't lose Padme and saves her, but still joins the dark side. Honestly, great episode, a good watch. Would love to see a follow-up episode, or maybe a mini-series containing 3 or 4 episodes in total that explain what happens to him and whatnot. But I think the best thing about this show, or this episode, is the music. I mean, just listen to it. It's great. But in the end, I think there should be more stuff like this as long as it's not canon or it's in its own universe. Star Wars Visions is great, except for you. I hope these episodes get their own series or mini-series. Let me know what you guys thought about Star Wars Visions in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.